Hey everybody, reaching out to see if there is any interest still in our wilderness quest. We're a little late in getting the information out to everybody, but hopefully there's still room in your calendar for August 3rd to the 11th this summer. So I wanted to just tell you a little bit about what the wilderness quest is and where it happens and just some details about it that might help you get a good sense of if this is the right thing for you. Nature connected coaching is based off of the wilderness rites of passage, wilderness quest ceremony. Severance threshold incorporation is that ceremony. It's just done a little bit differently because it's not about you and a coach, it's about you and nature. So as a guide, what we're doing is spending quite a bit of time working through severance to help you get to the place where you can step across the threshold and head out into the wilderness to have a threshold experience. And typically this threshold lasts about 4 days and 4 nights. But that's unique to everybody. That's the space that we hold during the quest. So we got a few days up in the wilderness in a base camp for a severance work, and then you go out for this solo, and then you come back for incorporation. So the whole program is about 9 days long. It's August 3rd to the 11th, and it takes place near Gunnison, Colorado. In fact, the picture behind me is of the land that we're on. We're on this beautiful private wilderness property that's surrounded by wilderness. We're up over 9,000 feet, so we're up in the higher altitudes, aspen forests and spruce lodgepole forests. We're in a big, beautiful meadow where our base camp will be. And from that base camp, you'll go out and have your threshold experience. Now, that threshold can look like anything based around what your needs are. Typically, it is a 4-day, 4-night solo. And there's some aspects of the quest that are really important. For example, isolation and solitude is really important, as well as exposure to the elements. So we don't want you going out there and being in your tent for 4 days. We want you to be out and exposed to the elements more. You'll have a tarp, and of course, if you need to, you bring a tent. But invitation, the opportunity is to be more exposed than normal to the elements. Another aspect of it is fasting, and that can be fasting from food, and we encourage that. It's not required by any means, but fasting from the day-to-day of distractions and technology, and things that you usually use to distract yourself from staying in touch with your soul and in contact with nature. And there's something pretty powerful that happens when you begin to fast, when you start to need less energy for digestion. Your brain has more energy, and there's more space for you to dive into awareness and connection. It's a fascinating process that you go through when you fast. The other aspects about this quest is that it is a community process. So we are in community for the severance, and then we're in community for the incorporation part. And you're actually in community during the threshold because there's other people out there doing the same thing, maybe with different intentions. Typically, historically, the quest has been about the future generations. So if you think about an indigenous culture and the young people having a rite of passage, searching for purpose and direction and meaning in their life is very important to the success and future of that tribe, of those people. So very similar in our modern day culture is finding purpose and direction so we can offer more to the world so we can help fulfill certain needs that are in the world at this point. One of the things that's unique about the EBI Quest is that it's a blend of ancient thinking and ceremony with modern day science and neuroscience and thinking about consciousness and transformation. So we bring these two worlds together, and it creates a very powerful experience that I think is needed and fits into our modern day society. The ancient part of this is not just specific to any kind of indigenous spirituality or something like that. You find it all over. The concept of going out into the wilderness to find direction and meaning and seek solitude, you find all over the place. The ceremony of severance, threshold, and incorporation, you find all over the place. Might look a little bit different in different ways, but what makes it unique to a specific people or culture are the dogma that are woven into it, the different aspects of the ceremony, the colors, the symbols, and so forth. With EBI, we strip it right down to the bare bones. We don't get very symbolic in this process. We're following just the natural process of this ceremony and bringing in some of the thinking and ways of approaching self-discovery that EBI is known for. So I hope that you'll join us this summer. The cost of the quest is $1,500, and we're at the point right now where we need to get commitments. So if you're serious about this and you want to join us, the registration information is attached to the email. Go ahead and submit your deposit. If you have any questions, you know how to find me. Don't hesitate, and I look forward to seeing everybody soon.